This is to demonstrate in Penspring how to do a quiz, and this particularly it's going to be a Spanish translation quiz. So we put in a name. All those other settings down below are just a shortcut as we chose quiz assessment up above. So as our options are, we can do big text, but that's more likely for younger elementary students. We can do one question at a time, but we're going to do them all at once. So we're just going to choose to show answers to the students after they submit. So that way they can compare the translations, what I mean to say, and the audio. So as we go to add our first question, there's a lot of quiz options, but all we're going to do is choose the writing or translation. So we're going to differentiate translation here in a moment. So we can put a point in for each question. We can also turn it off. There's a little yes/no switch to turn it off, but we'll keep it at 2 points. But we're going to require the student to put in a typed entry. So they're going to translate a phrase in English to Spanish and then record their voice for a pronunciation score. And even though this scores, it doesn't actually apply directly to the points currently. That may be an option we may want if that's good for you. But notice too that we have an option to let the student have 3 attempts at their recording and then choose one that they feel is best. So that way they have a fair shot at it. And there's also, see the 70 score, that's from the pronunciation service. The best I've been able to get is 74 up to 78 when I've tested it. Oh, we put our sentence in already. I'm about to finish college. And we put in our first alternative translation. Now notice we can have notes, and we can have whatever accumulated notes you want. We're going to do regions. This is just my guess at regions. So we can go to the manager, but keep in mind we can actually apply these on the fly. As you enter a new one, you'll see there's a yes/no switch to record in your list something else that you type in. So you don't always have to come here. And we can reorder if we care to, but it's already alphabetically ordered. So we'll go back and notice, even though we went to a different page, that it preserved all of our previous choices and entries. So now we can go in and choose a region. And keep in mind too that you can choose more than one. It'll just separate it with a space and continue to do that. And there's your yes/no switch to add on the fly. So we add it, then we get to do some kind of media. We're going to do audio in this case. So we're going to record our translation. And that's how you would do that. Close it and it goes away. We're going to do a second translation. So we're just adjusting the previous one by just editing a little bit. And we can continue doing that all day long. But here we're going to blame that one on Spain. Do another audio. Then notice down below that there is a solution we can put in. We can also do audio down there, but we're already taking care of the solution in this case for translations by putting all these varied translations in by region. Oh, and also we do need to set it to 1. I think it automatically sets it to 1 once it realizes it's a translation that we've set it up above. But at least if the student gets one of those entries that we just put in, then it's automatically scored full points. Okay, what else do we have? We can do a retake if you care to. But we're going to jump ahead a little bit and enter in a second one, so I'm not going to have you wait for that. But in just a moment, it'll jump and you'll see a second question. Oh, but in our audio recording, we do list here what kind of responses we required. And it gives us a little update for sanity check to make sure we made the right choices on the language, attempts and all that. Okay, now to publish. So this won't be a problem in Canvas, but if you're using Penspring individually or isolated outside of Canvas, this actually needs to be published in a shared folder. So right now it's in my personal files. But I'm going to go and I'm going to copy it to my group folder. And anybody that's in my group it will automatically get to it when it's published. It's not published yet, but we'll do that in a second. So the other part of that is there is a group link that's really easy to get to. It's a unique name. If we went back in the group to see what that was. So you can choose your own name to be unique. Okay, so now we still have our 2 questions and we're going to publish, and now it is available to all those in our group.